Hey scoundrels, welcome back to the Scoundrel Den, hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be doing something where we look at the new test server. So I'm going to be doing a bit of test server content over the next few weeks as we prepare for the balance changes, and I'm going to keep you updated with all of the changes coming to EVE Echoes. I'm going to focus on the PvE content because there's been a lot of talk about the PvE content being a lot harder on the test server, and so I wanted to go and test that out for myself. So I actually transferred over my drone boat alt to the test server, and I did a couple of like the 1.5 million encounters at tier 7, and then I went out to nullsec and did some tier 7 anomalies as well, and I just wanted to test some of the differences between the current PvE content and the upcoming dynamic pirate fleet PvE content. So before we get into that, thanks to G2A for sponsoring the channel. There's a reference link in the description below. Let's get into... I was going to do a Keemstar thing then. By the way, I don't particularly like Keemstar's content, but I guess I'll copy him. Let's get right into the EVE Echoes content. Okay guys, so I am going to go start something called AI Awakening. It's a 1.5 million mission on the test server. I have been told that on the test server, these missions are much harder. So we're going to give it a go and see how we do. Let's have a look. I'll come back to you once we've actually head over there, but I have heard it's much harder. So I'm going to warp in at 70k because I've heard these missions are actually now pretty scary. What's my DPS looking like now? My DPS is at 520. My missile DPS has dropped through the floor. Yeah, rapid missile launchers have dropped in both range and DPS. Like at that 16k range with no skills and 30, just under 30 DPS, which is actually quite scary. It's a very, very low DPS amount. I also just forgot to reply to one of my tutors on... the email. They emailed me and I forgot to reply, and I'm an awful person for doing that. Right, so we are going to try and maintain as much range as possible. And we're going to see what kind of... okay, so I'm immediately having sensor dampening, so my scan resolution has been decreased. And it is taking me a very long time to lock onto this frigate. Let's see how long it takes me to lock onto this destroyer. 3 sensor dampeners already, and now that frigate maybe took 15 seconds to lock onto. I'm being MWD'd by this Celestis already, and that's not even an elite. That's just a random Celestis. At least it gets closer for my drones. Oh, it's taking me forever to lock onto the Celestis. Okay. So I got MWD'd by this Celestis randomly. But I'm just being sensor dampened at the moment. Nothing else right now, but that sensor dampener actually is a bit of a pain because it means that I have to wait for ages to actually get any damage off. But this Celestis randomly micro warp drived at me, so maintaining range was never going to be a thing versus a Celestis that's now just circling me at a very high pace with a micro warp drive on constantly. This is already much harder. And this is just a basic mission. It's a 1.5 mil mission, so we were expecting to see an elite at some point in this mission, but yeah, wow. I'm going to have to try and keep maintaining range here. And also, it's taking me a long... Oh, it's a covert ops, but it does feel like it's taking me a long time to kill this thing. All right, let's kill the Incursus now. There appears to be another destroyer around me. I'm now being warp jammed by a random Algos. Luckily, my drones have decided to take that guy on. I'm actually going to boost that. So a non-elite has just warp scrammed me. and I've got 3 frigates and 2 destroyers like running around me right now. And I'm... Oh wait, well, I've realised I'm not a bloody shield tank. Doesn't matter. Okay, so they're actually not hitting my shield too hard. So maybe the damage... I don't know if it feels like the damage has gone down or something, because they're not really getting too far through my shield. Even that Celestis that jumped on me didn't really deal too much damage to me. Could have webbed some people there, but, you know, who knows, who cares. I've heard that drones got fixed, by the way, on this patch, where they were appropriately having their speed and their attack time adjusted. So they haven't actually done too much damage to me. Still feels like I can kind of AFK this to an extent. I would recommend getting rid of medium rapids as your missile, as your weapon choice in a drone boat if you're going to get rid of anything. Don't think I could obviously face tank these things, but there's an Excoundrel. I love that, Excoundrel. And we have a Myrmidon and a Celestis, so just battle cruisers and cruisers in this. Doesn't look like I've got any more E-War on me, but that sensor dampening definitely was a pain in the butt. And I guess it's the only one that actually, sensor dampening is the only one that can really slow down a drone ship out of all of the types of E-War, because apparently they have E-War that is like supposed to counter you, or it's a bit more varied basically. But you know, the E-War that's been released on this patch is not something that is you know, too painful. I should really be maintaining range versus these guys. Like I'm not maintaining range here at all. Is there anything heading towards me with like gusto? I've got, this time they've gone for energy newts. No, this time they've gone for NOS. So we've got NOS this time round. It doesn't look like anything's like running at me really quickly. And I'm not being sensor dampened this time either. So they have changed from wave to wave here. So we've got, this time we've got NOS on this wave, and it's not, let's kill the Algos. Doesn't look like, oh wait, no, there is another Celestis that has randomly MWD'd towards me. So the Covert Ops Celestis appear to have micro warp drives. And decide to hit you real hard. However, I'm not really taking any damage. I reckon story missions will be significantly harder. I don't feel like this is one of the harder normal missions to do, and I don't feel like I'm struggling a huge amount just yet. My missiles appear to be doing 0 damage though. So let's kill the Celestis that's within range of me. I'll also probably just slow it down to make it easier for my might as well NOS it as well. Wonder what the range of my NOS is. Have I got any skills in E-War? I don't actually think I've got any skills in electronic warfare, you know. But we can have a look what electronic warfare does now. Optimal range, level 5. You get 15% optimal range on your Nosferatu. Doesn't apply to advanced electronic warfare, though. But it does apply. It does apply to expert. Oh, does it apply to? It must apply to advanced electronic warfare, surely. No. So advanced electronic warfare, for some reason, only includes neutralizers, but then expert again goes back to including Nosferatu. That doesn't really make any sense, does it? I would assume that maybe the destroyers would again be using warp scrams, but there isn't really one close to me, so... What I'm going to do after this, since we cleared this mission with relative ease, I think now it's time to go and test, like, just normal anomalies. So we're going to go test normal anomalies now. Going to try and find a system. Obviously, the deeper I go into low sec / null sec, the better it's going to be. But maybe if I can find, like, a low sec system near me that's got 6s or 7s, maybe 6s, is probably the best bet. We can give that a go. If not, we'll try and find the closest entrance to nullsec and go out there, because I'm not going to get killed in my prophecy. All right, so we cleared the 1.5 mil mission with relative ease. Okay, I've been searching through a lot of places, but I found a Garista's medium anomaly, rank 7. So a tier 7 Garista's medium anomaly. We're going to see how it goes. I have received word that even just like basic anomalies are pretty hard to do right now, so we are just going to see how we do. It took me a long time to find this because none of the bases are apparently leveled up on the test server. All the bases are like in the dirt. So none of the bases are leveled up on the test server, so it took me forever to find this this anomaly, but we finally found it. So I'm not going to go searching for 8s or 9s. It'll probably take me too long, so I think we're just going to test the 7 and see how it goes. If it's too easy, then we'll go search for 8 or 9s, but doing tier 7 anomalies is usually a pretty good farming, you know, method. So you know, if we can feasibly complete this, then I'm not too worried. Okay, so PvE missions. Ah, yeah, it's just this anomaly. So we're going to orbit this at 55, 6k. Cool. Let's pop my. So we've at the moment we've got a guidance disruptor, so our missiles won't be as good, and energy is being absorbed. With this guidance disruptor on me, I wonder what the range of it is, because I'd love to see what it's actually done to my. So it's dropped my missile range to 12 kilometers, 12.75 kilometers. Actually, that's pretty crazy. It's taken about a third of the range. It took about a third of the range off that we had on. I've just got a Blackbird that has essentially MWD'd onto my head. So one of the Blackbirds in this tier 7 anomaly just MWD'd onto my head. I'm going to get rid of my MWD now. No, I don't want to kill the Ferox. I wanted to kill the Blackbird Covert Ops. This one. Thank you. I put these things on. Alright, let's see how we do. We're also getting nosed by something. Which, both of these E-Wars coming from the Blackbird Covert Ops. Alright, we'll pop that, kill it quickly, get rid of the E-War on us. So definitely varying up the modules that the pirates have access to. Whether it becomes significantly harder or not is hard to tell. But at least some of the normal wave has micro warp drives. I actually don't think that's a bad thing. Like in some cases, the reason I don't think that's a massive bad thing is that I'm just gonna see if I get anything good in here. Just loads of Caldari. Loads of wrecks today, guys. Because, you know, imagine that you're doing a mission and you get the normal minions, like the normal mobs MWD towards you. You can usually kill them relatively quickly. So you can actually clear out waves a bit more rapidly than before, maybe. But only one of the wave MWD towards me here. Okay, I think we're just going to get through these. Again, probably going to skip through this or speed it up in places just to really focus on the important things. Like, you don't want to see me killing random mobs that don't really do anything. So I'm going to speed it up or skip in certain places of the video. Oh god, I've just been not even paying attention. Okay, so we have a few things attacking me right now. I've got 3 missile guidance disruptor systems on me. Not that it makes a huge amount of difference to my damage, but we have a Blackbird that's MWD'd onto me again. Sorry, I was playing Game Dev Tycoon on my phone to just chill between waves. Okay. I wouldn't say, like, I'm struggling to do it. Like, I wouldn't say that I'm struggling to clear this out. I mean, obviously, it's only a level 7 medium. Maybe we should go and find something harder, like a large, along those lines, potentially. But I think it's just a little bit hard on the test server, because none of the bases are currently leveled up, so I will do my best. It's just showing you the different kind of setups that we're going to see now. Kill the Merlin. Alright, I shouldn't be in too much trouble now, so I'm going to go back to playing Game Dev Tycoon until the next wave. Oh, we're into the next wave. We better pay attention to this. Again, we're being missile dampened, so I'm getting the impression that you should not think about doing Garistus anomalies if you are a missile boat, because it feels like you're just never going to hit anything. So that's the impression that I'm getting. Don't do Garistus anomalies if you're a missile user, because as you can see, everybody just uses missile dampeners on you, or guidance disruptors. We always have the Blackbird Covert Ops. So the Covert Ops ships generally tend to MWD towards you. That seems to be the trend here. Okay. Other than that, not too much of an issue. Kill the Korax. I'm guessing the Korax Assault is going to try and scram me. Maybe I shouldn't kill it before it actually gets in range. It's getting in range. Let's see if it scrams me. I'm assuming it's going to try and scram me. Oh no, it's just webbing me. Okay, so the Korax Assault's just webbing me. The Merlin is missile guidance dampening me. Looks like they've kind of solved the drone thing where the drones just randomly attack the wrong target all the time. I'm just going to wait until the end of the wave again. We got rid of the bad stuff. I honestly haven't really struggled. Not really sure what's coming towards me, but I'm getting double. I mean, again, the double guidance dampening me. The Korax Assault is in range. It's not a problem. No one's MWDing towards me this time round, it looks like, though. Again, we'll just get through this wave and I'll see you on the other side. Oh, my capacitor was taking a hit there. Slowly killing everything, as you can see. I haven't really struggled as a drone boat. I don't know if you'd struggle in another type of ship. Obviously, I can't create whatever character I want on the test server. I have to, unfortunately, use the ones that I already have on live. But I'm just using my drone boat, and it's the only thing that I can tell. The only thing that seems to have changed massively from live is that everything drops something. Like, look at the number of wrecks. Like, it looks like every single rat drops something. Whether that's just going to be like a boatload of, it's going to be a load of wrecks like I have got in my inventory from doing the missions earlier. I can show you here. If it will ever load. Apparently it's never going to load. Never mind. I didn't want my inventory to load anyway. But I got a load of wrecks. I'm not going to go and loot all of these things because it's the test server and it's not really worth it. But it looks like every single ship has dropped something. Or at least almost every single ship. It really does look like there are just so many wrecks. And you never usually get this many wrecks. But I haven't really struggled on like a nullsec medium 7 anomaly. I haven't like struggled with it. I could go and find a large, but that would probably take longer to complete. I was just testing out that the thing that you are seeing more rats with micro warp drives, and you are seeing rats now using warp scramblers, which may cause you issues, and I can see it causing you issues on something like a storyline mission. I can see a storyline mission really causing you issues. But honestly, for the most part, like these rats that MWD towards you just means you can kill them quicker, or as long as you're not using the type of, like, if I was using missiles in this particular ratting scenario, I'd obviously be in a really crap situation. I guess one of the other things to consider here is that some of the E-War modules coming out are going to be like tracking dampeners and guidance dampeners. Which means that if you're using missiles, then the rats might make it much harder for you to use missiles, but drones are not affected. The only thing that I've seen affect me with drones is sensor dampeners, but drones don't appear to be affected whatsoever, so drones look like they'll continue to be the kings of PvE, if I'm honest with you. I think this is the last wave in the tier 7 medium, and I haven't really struggled doing a tier 7 medium. Like, nothing's really pushed me. I've lost a bit of armor from time to time, and I've pretty much been AFK playing another game the whole time round. So once this completes, I think we can say our experiment is over. And one of the things that obviously has happened is we've just seen a lot more variance in the types of fittings that our pirates have got. Oh no, wait, no, it's just the industry personnel. I'm not going to bother killing them because what does it matter? Right, there we go. So we've done 2 types of anomalies now. We've done a 1.5 mil mission, which we didn't struggle with, and we've done a tier 7 anomaly out in nullsec. Not been an issue either. Just to be aware, though, obviously if you're using missiles in that scenario, it might be a bit more of a difficulty. And there are ships that now micro-warp drive towards you, and are ships that will now also warp scramble you. E-War is just used a little bit more frequently and is a little bit more varied. It's not just energy newts, nosses, and webs over and over again with the occasional warp scrambler. This time around, you actually have like normal mobs that will use warp scramblers on you. You've got people that will micro warp drive towards you. Yeah, it's a bit more out there. But yeah, hopefully this has helped you, or at least that's a terrible way to end the video. Hopefully this has helped you understand a bit more about the coming changes. It's just the variance in types of fittings that you're getting. But overall, I don't think I've struggled more than I would have done doing a tier 7 and a 1.5 mil tier 7 mission anyway. But they are obviously the easier types of content to do. But I had seen people in the chat saying, oh, you can struggle to do. I struggle to do tier 6s and tier 7s now. But I do imagine that storyline missions have become significantly harder due to the pure volume of ships that spawn in storyline missions. So I do imagine that storyline missions will have become harder. I just don't have any storyline missions to do, and there aren't actually many being sold on the market. So I couldn't test it on the test server, but I will try to in the future. But when it comes to just like normal encounter missions, and when it comes to just doing these, the sort of the higher tier nullsec anomalies, didn't seem to have too many issues compared to before.